Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Terry Talk. Wanted to focus this week's attention on career transition support, or what has been known for many, many years as outplacement. That's when there's somebody has to leave the organization. You've come to that painful conclusion that they no longer fit for any number of different reasons, and they are exiting. You want to provide them a level of support to help them get back on their feet. Historically, this was all about mitigating damages. The legal expectation is that you'll mitigate damages against them, severance, etc. You provide them support to help them get a job. Their obligation is to mitigate damages against the organization by finding another job. Along comes career transition support or outplacement to help fill that gap, to fulfill the legal obligations. And really, for many, many years, unfortunately or fortunately, it was very transactional in nature. Well, with some goodwill thrown in. Let's not lose that sight of that was true for many. And this works really, really well when you limit the benefit of career transition or outplacement support to just the employee getting another job. It's a little bit bigger than that. Here at ARIA, we've been doing career transition support since our inception in 1990. Now, some may argue, Terry, that makes you really long in the tooth in yesterday's news. But I don't think so. Ask anybody here at ARIA or anybody who's been through our programs. We're never satisfied with the status quo. We were the first firm in this area to move away from monthly programs, that old 1 month, 2 month, 3 month routine. It's really kind of meaningless. And we moved to unlimited support to individuals. We're the first independent firm in London to join a global partnership. And we're proud now to be the equity owner for Southwestern Ontario in the world's largest independent talent management and career transition firm called Career Partners International. And we also enjoy probably one of the best independent tech platforms there is to support displaced employees. But enough about us. What should good career transition look like? Well, there really are 3 phases to it. Most people think of the last one, which I'll talk about in a second, but the 3 phases are pre-termination support, the announcement day or day of support, as we like to call it, and of course, post-termination support. It's that post-termination support most people think of. It's more than just resumes, although people think, well, you just get them another job. In our world, it really means focusing people on what is their why, what is their calling, what's the plan. We have a proprietary program here at ARIA called personal business planning, negotiation, coaching, and there's no end to that support. It involves meeting with consultants. It involves meeting with networking groups right across the country and around the globe. It means using technology platforms. So it's really, dealer's choice, individual's choice in how they want to be best served. And that's really, really, really critical. In terms of the other component parts of career transition, pre-termination support. Our consulting team works with the organization to help plan, to help figure out what the scripts are. We coach managers on how to deliver the news. It's tough when you have to provide somebody with that news. We coach, we make sure it goes well. We ensure that all the dots are all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. We step in where maybe an expensive lawyer might cost a little bit more. We can offer some of the very same services. Not going to ever displace our lawyer friends. They got to give you the good employment law point of view on that. The day of support, this is probably the biggest support we can give. So after you've delivered the news, we take over. We make sure the employee leaves the organization well, in a positive state of mind, that they're not going to harm themselves or anybody else. We ensure that the exit goes smoothly. I've left many organizations with somebody who's just been terminated, with them in a fantastic mood, which is really interesting given that oftentimes losing a job can be entirely stressful. We de-stress the situation. Not always the case, but it really takes the pressure off of you or your management team, and we ensure that everything goes smoothly. So there's no blowback, there's nothing goes sideways, everything is done exceptionally well. So why career transition support at all? Especially in this environment, the Great Resignation, Terry, we're not going to get rid of anybody. We got to keep everybody we have. Yeah, but sometimes people just don't fit, or they're not cutting it. Even with all the coaching in the world, somebody's got to break the inertia. So when you do have to come to that conclusion, know full well that there is support out there. In the 30 years I've been in this business, I have yet to hear anybody say, wow, that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. In fact, over 95% of the folks that I work with in transition will say, that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Supporting individuals in career transition says a lot. In a recent Terry Talk, I talked about number one thing employees are looking for in their organization. Does the organization care about me? What better way to show that you care, that when you have to make a painful decision, when you have to break that inertia, when just you just have to move on, that you just don't throw people to the wolves. You don't leave them on the snowbank. You actually support them. Tell people that's what's going to happen. When we have to make tough decisions, listen, there's a recession coming. This could become even more real. Let people know that when that happens, if it happens, we're going to look after you and give you the best support possible. Remember, the number one item for our employees: does my employer care? But again, don't leave this to chance. Make sure your provider has experience. Do they have the credentials? Do they have the team? Do they have the resources, including technology? And frankly, do they have the track record? With everything else, there's going to be a lot of organizations that are going to jump into this marketplace when we start seeing the impact of a recession and downsizing is taking full. Make sure you've got a really rock star a provider. We love career transition. It's how we started. It's in our blood. It's in our DNA. Want to learn more? Talk to us. We'd love to chat with you more. Good luck, and hopefully we'll chat with you soon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.